Hi everyone. So I thought I would do a pale skin swatches video for you today that's a little bit different from the way I've been doing them for a while. Normally I'd stick to one brand, one specific kind of like style of lip product. But this time I'm just doing a few new things that are at the drugstore. So some of them I haven't seen anything about, some have been promoted a fair amount by the brand. So I do have two from the one that I have seen on a lot of channels lately, because L'Oreal did send out the full product line to a fair number of people that I watch. And it's the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine, and I have Polished Tango and Glossy Fawn. And these I picked out after I watched Emily Noel 83's video, because I thought those were colors that either I didn't really have in that kind of finish, or were a color that I liked and have, but don't necessarily have kind of a semi-opaque to almost opaque glossy finish of that I like. So I think these are kind of billed as like a lip gloss shine and a lipstick, so it's easy. They aren't fully opaque, so when you're having that glossy finish and you have a really thick kind of opaque coverage, it's a little bit more worrisome that it's gonna kind of move around on your face and whatnot. And these do, I find, stay in place pretty well. The colors that, like this Polished Tango, they kind of stain a tiny bit. They last longer than you'd expect for like a really glossy finish. They're just really nice lipsticks. I personally do not love the packaging on these. I feel like that kind of clear acrylic is just a little bit cheap looking, but the smell, do these have a smell? If they do, it's really faint, and it does not have the floral L'Oreal Color Riche scent to it, so that is nice. I think if anything, they have a slight fruity smell. So I like both of those colors. The Glossy Fawn is kind of like a brownie nude, light brown nude, and then Polished Tango is kind of a punchy pink. One that I have not heard anything about, I just saw it on Ulta's site and I was like, hey, this sounds a lot like that Color Riche Shine. So this is Maybelline, I'm gonna have to insert the name because I don't know what it is. But it's, at first it looks like it's gonna be a much fancier package, but it's just, they have a shiny finish on their standard lipstick cover, and then it has the same shape lipstick inside. The color I have is Taupe Seduction, and when I got it I saw how dark it was. I'm like, oh, maybe this was not the best choice for me, because if it's going to be kind of like a taupey grayish color and it's dark and more, you know, in the brown family, that's not necessarily a great color on my face. But this is actually a nice plum, so I really like this color. It has more opacity than the L'Oreal. I haven't worn this as much as I've worn the Shine lipstick, so I can't really talk too much about like longevity and whatnot, but I feel like since you can put a pretty thin layer on to get the shine and the color, it's not as much of a concern for me of it moving around too much. And so far I've liked it. I haven't worn it. I don't know if it feels more drying. The Color Riche Shines, I think, are on my lips, which are chronically very dry. It's not drying, it's not hydrating, which is the best I can really ask for in a lipstick. So they're comfortable to wear. I don't feel like my lips get sore afterwards, which is a problem I have with some lip glosses. And lastly is this L'Oreal Les Chocolats scented Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. So they have these chocolate lip colors with a chocolate scent, and it's kind of like maybe brownie batter scent. I think the Bare Minerals Gen Nude also have a chocolate scent. I'm not sure, I don't have any of those. And this is what I have on my lips right now, as you can guess. The M Cosmetics Infinite Lip Clouds have a similar scent, though this smells slightly more authentic to me and maybe less chocolatey and more like cake battery. So I think this is the same formula as their regular Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick, which I have not used in the past. But as I recall, somebody I watch has liked these okay, so that's why I was interested in this color specifically. It is, oh, don't tell me it's not on the package. There it is, Sweet Tooth. So this is the lightest shade, and I am a fan of kind of those like yellowy brown peach nudes on me, even though they're they do kind of wash out my face a little bit. I still like them, and they're kind of funky and different, and I'm a big fan. But they are a little bit harder to wear, and depending on your undertones may not be super flattering. So I can't really talk much about, again, the wear on this because I just got it, but it has very good opacity. I didn't have to dip back in. This was just one go around, and it has that pointed applicator, which makes it easy to do your Cupid's bow and, you know, around the corners and get a nice line. And the color, or the smell, the scent, because it specifically says it's scented, is pretty strong when you apply it. I don't really notice it after the fact, once it's like dried a little bit. But I do think it's one that doesn't have a great taste to it. I go out of my way to not taste any of my lip products just because I really don't like it. It just bothers me. It doesn't have that, like when you're breathing in, you get that like punch of weird floral, soapy something or other, which I've had a problem with I think the little lip glosses, that there was one in like Nude Ballet or something. It was like Infallible Shine Gloss, or I don't remember what those were called, but those had a smell I could not stand. That it was like every time I was like breathing in, I was getting more of that scent, and I don't have that with these. So just so you know. And since we're talking about their scented stuff, I will say that what's on my cheeks for blush today is the Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush, and this has a very fruity smell to it. It says Enchanting Fruit Scented Blush. Well, there you go. And the shade I'm wearing is called Just Curious. I'm always on the hunt for a good, like, peachy cheek color that's not too dark. And this, I do have quite a bit of highlight on, but this does have a bit of a shine to it. It applies easily on my skin. I feel like it's kind of a golden sheen, I think. And it's just on that border between orange and peach, I think. But yeah, this definitely has a good amount of sheen. It's like, I would say it's really a solid satin blush, which I love. So there's that. So that's some swatches of newer lipsticks at the drugstore with a bonus cheek product thrown in there. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these, if you've picked any of them up, what you thought of them, what colors you liked. If you don't like them, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Share what you have to share with us. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.